Hello there, and welcome to the first episode of the Ronin. Hello there, and welcome to the first episode of the Ronin Mindset, a monthly Patreon podcast where we discuss all things Ronin art and music, and yours truly, Kyosa Ronin Beatmaker. And since it's the beginning of the month, and due to school, I was unable to write the script for the Monday Mindset podcast. So I'm using this as momentum to get the ball rolling on the Patreon page. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. So hello everybody. Give you a little breakdown on why I decided to create this podcast. It actually went through a bunch of name iterations before I settled down on the Ronin mindset. And at first I was going to go with the Ronin Chronicles, but I didn't like the name. Sounds a little too tacky in my opinion. And then I was going to go with the Ronin Breakthrough, and that just sounds stupid. Personally, that's just my opinion. And then I was having a conversation with a dear close person. Sorry, my dog is sneezing. As you can hear him. You good, man? You good? Oh, I'm gonna have to deal with this. I will be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Ronin Art and Music. I wish to introduce everyone to my new Teespring page, where you can purchase designs featuring Ronin Art and Music, the Monday Mindset, or Ronin Thoughts. Head over to Teespring and search Ronin Art and Music, or head over to my Etsy page at Ronin Art and Music, where you can purchase photography postcards, motivational postcards, and hard copies of my debut album, True Colors. If you enjoy the merchandise, products, or content created by Ronin Art and Music, please take time to subscribe to my Patreon page at Ronin Art and Music. This is the best way to show continued support and join Clan Ronin, where you will have a hands-on impact on all things Ronin Art and Music. Stay positive, stay focused, stay true, and much love. So the boy, good old Pobs, he's taken care of. So yeah, I was going through different names. God damn. Okay, I think he's good now. Those are some loud sneezes. I apologize. But yeah, so I was just going through different names, something that's, that kind of draws you in. And yeah, I was speaking with someone really close to me, and they were like, hey, the mindset, that sounds really cool. Forgot what the subject of the conversation was. So I decided, you know what? The Ronin mindset. I like that. Because it is about, Ronin art and music, and a little bit about me, how I'm feeling, where I'm going, what are the plans, what's the process, what's the journey. So I think that's a good name for it. And I was going to keep this episode a little light and sweet. Got a little bit going on right now. Car battery is dead, and I got to get that taken care of. I'm doing that right now, soon, but I decided to get in a little bit and just talk about where my mind's at and some of the goals, I should say, so far that I have for 2022. I kind of want to keep it, light and sweet, considering the fact that I am also going to school, and maybe I will start with that. So I am going back to school. I've been going to school since last year, um, and I am going for my associates in business management, and I'm very excited. Um, yeah, I guess you could say, I am an entrepreneur, and Ronin Art and Music is a entrepreneurial business that I have been growing and cultivating for several years now. Um, and I'm finally in the right place and have finally settled in on the right, you know, path I want to go, you could say, with my education. And I think going for my my associates in business management is a good route, um, especially what I'm trying to do. And I know a lot of people, you know, education is uh, a controversial topic depending on who you talk with. Some people tell you, going to school is not worth it. It's a waste of your time. You know, and I think they have valid points and valid reasons to feel that way. And I look at it more as that school is a waste of time if you don't really know, if you are not you know 100% sure on what your plan is, what you want to do, where you want to go. Um, and I think that can be an issue for people who don't really take that time to think about it, or don't really have, people around them to kind of give them that advice, to support them to take their time. You know, we're always being convinced, hey, you got to get into school, get into those 4 years, and get going. And maybe that's not the right path for you. Everyone is different. Um, but for me personally, the reason why I wanted to go back to school and get my education was because I knew that it would benefit for me for what I want to do, and by gaining the knowledge and gaining a better understanding of the entrepreneurial landscape and mindset. And also, until I'm able to really get things off the ground for myself, having a degree in business management opens up opportunities for me. I'm very confident in interviews. I've always have been. I was fortunate to have a mother that wanted to teach me, good interview techniques, and even classes I went to in high school before. Oh, give me one moment and I will be right back. Welcome to Ronin Art and Music. I wish to introduce everyone to my new Teespring page, where you can purchase designs featuring Ronin Art and Music, the Monday Mindset, or Ronin Thoughts. Head over to Teespring and search Ronin Art and Music, or head over to my Etsy page at Ronin Art and Music, where you can purchase photography postcards, motivational postcards, and hard copies of my debut album, True Colors. If you enjoy the merchandise, products, or content created by Ronin Art and Music, please take time to subscribe to my Patreon page at Ronin Art and Music. This is the best way to show continued support and join Clan Ronin, where you will have a hands-on impact on all things Ronin Art and Music. Stay positive, stay focused, stay true, and much love. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a bit of an adventure. I had to stop because, like I said earlier, I had to address the issue with my car not having the battery being dead. And needless to say, that baby is dead. She's not going to be coming back. I'm going to need to get a new battery. Um, yeah, it was it was a wild one. A little wild. Had my mom come by to help me, and it was just funny. At one point, she gets out of her car. She forgets to put the car in park. The car starts rolling back. I fly over to get into the car. As I was running to get to the driver's, I was like, man, I hope the doors are not locked. Get in. I was so scared. I was like, make sure I hit the brake. Hit the brake, and yeah, we made it. So it was a wild night, to say the least. A little wild. Not too crazy, but a little close call, to say the least. But yeah. So back to it. Let me remember what I was talking about. Um, oh yeah, school. So yeah, I'm back in school. That's kind of been the focus. I think I said earlier that I'm going for my associate's degree in business management. Um, I think I also said a little bit about how working on my entrepreneurial business, Ronin Art and Music. That is what it's called. So essentially, you know, I'm just glad to be in school. It gives me focus, and you know, I think I was trying to say this. I know not everyone really believes in having a degree, and okay, now I remember. I was talking about how, like, in terms of being focused and knowing exactly what you want to go to school for. And I know that school is not for everyone, and there are nowadays you don't really need to go to college. I'm well aware of that. There are plenty of people out there who have been very, very successful and did not go to school. Um, and I know that's a new thing, especially in the entrepreneurial world, and especially in the art world, the music world. So I'm well aware of that. But I just knew, because of the type of person I am, and I'm a little old school. I'm 30. Um, and for me, I knew that, like, you know, having a degree and having those educational skills, they are useful. Um, and especially the route I'm going and the type of person I am, I know that it will be extremely beneficial. So that's why I personally am going back to school and have been going back to school. I mean, everyone's always going back to school, but I think sometimes, as long as you know what you're going for, as long as you have a goal, a drive, a passion, a path, an end goal, something that you are working towards, then going to school can feel a lot more worth it. And you don't feel like you're wasting time or wasting money. And you make sure you go to a school that, I'm going to community college. There's no shame in that. All right. I'm gonna be proud to say that, hey, I got my associate's degree in at a community college. That's cool to me. I didn't have to go to a fancy or expensive college to do that. And I think that's something that should be advocated and speaking up about. I believe in community college. I think they're great. You find a good community college that has good programs and has what you're looking for, and you can do really well. And so far, I've done great. Hell, I made it on the dean's list last year, and I have a requirement this year to make it on the dean's list again. Um, so for me, that's just how I feel, and why I'm going to school and why I believe in education. But I also will acknowledge that the education system right now is not in a good place, especially for, well, yeah, college, but especially for the younger kids. Whether it's middle schools or the elementary schools or the high schools. It's really concerning. Um, but this is not about all. This podcast is not about all of that. But if you guys ever want to hear my thoughts, perhaps maybe I'll share more. But that's kind of why I'm back in school, because I want to use these skills also for my music and photography. And, I'll segue more into some of the other goals for 2022. Um, and I think, I'll kind of talk about, I have them bulletin, but I don't necessarily have to go in order. Um, but, for me, like right now, one of the things that's really important, or what I really want to start doing, is I have an Etsy account. It's under Ronin Art and Music, and there I've been selling postcards with my photography pictures on them, and I've actually made a couple sales. I can't complain. I made one sale at the beginning of this year, and to me that's a good sign of the times that are coming ahead. And I recently made motivational postcards. That's another thing I was really wanting to get into doing. Because during my when I write my scripts for the podcast, they're almost kind of like lectures. I like to say that make myself sound cool and smart. Um, but yeah, I made my first postcard. They're not online yet, but I am excited to show everybody when I get them online yet. But essentially, I take little snippets from my scripts, and if you follow me on social media, on Instagram, Ronin Art underscore music, or on Twitter, Ronin Art and Music, at Kios Ronin, KOIOSRONIN, at your boy. um, but yeah, I post these little, they're called Ronin Thoughts. And, feel free to check them out. Uh, and this one, my first card, it says, and I'll read it to you guys: no matter what situation you find yourself in, if you feel doubt setting in or it has already made its home, do not give in to the demon. Challenge it. Battle doubt with a positive reassurance in the aspects of your life that are filled with joy, accomplishment, and peace of mind. Take that positive energy and apply it against doubt. Force that negative energy out of you. Doubt can be the root of all your fears, or it can be the energy that gives you the will to succeed. So, yeah. Um, it says, well, on the front of the card, it has a Ronin thought, and it has the little logo I designed for a Ronin thought, and it's got like this galaxy. And then on the back, it has the little quote and my Ronin Art and Music symbol, and then a little area for the address. So it's really pretty, um, and I really like it. Really proud of myself. So I'm gonna be selling those on the Etsy site. I'm still working on the price and all that fun jazz. Hopefully by the end of the month I'll have an idea. And next, after that, I'm gonna start selling my CDs for my debut album, True Colors. Um, I think that'll be a cool place to start selling them. So I'm excited about that. I have a CD burner, and I got a bunch of CDs, and I got CD cases, and gonna um, stencil in the album cover on the CD, give it those personal touch, and sell them. That's another plan I got for 2022. I'm excited for that one because I think also, you know, like I said, I'm old school. I still like CDs. There are plenty of people that like them. They have that personal touch. And so, yeah, I'm going to do that as well. Um, and in terms of like products, that's kind of what I'm focusing on right now. I have the Teespring page up and running, and I got the Etsy page with all the photography postcards, and they're all different themes as well. Excuse me. They're all different themes, um, so feel free to check it out. Um, Take a peek, see what you like. I'm hoping, eventually to get, a new camera. Um, the one I'm working with right now is almost or is well over a decade old, but hey, it still gets the job done. So I can't hate on that. But I would like a new one. I think we'd all once in a while need an upgrade, and I think that's one department I needed a bit of an upgrade because I'd also like to record music videos and videos of other things and stuff like that. Nothing dirty. Get your minds out the gutter, you OnlyFans freaks. um, so yeah, that's another little thing that we got going on. Um, save up money for that. Hopefully, I can get that by this year or next year. You know, do what you can. But in terms of like products, those are the things right now I'm kind of focusing on. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it right now in terms of those. Another goal I have for 2022 is to get to 1,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel. Right now I'm at 50. I got 2 subscribers, which is really cool. One of them, little side story, they're actually a bank teller at the local bank I go to, which is really really cool. Um, I haven't been inside there in forever, but every time I used to go, he'd always ask me about my music, and this time I was like, "Hey, let me write some." My old cards. I need to get new business cards because the old ones have some errors and whatnot, and things are different now. So I decided I was like, here's my YouTube channel, here's my name. Um, so he ended up subscribing to my YouTube channel, which was really, really cool. So, and part of the reason why I want to get to 1,000 on the YouTube channel is then um, I can start monetizing the channel. So I can link it with the Teespring page and directly post that right up on YouTube. And it'd just be nice to monetize the channel and get 1,000 subscribers, people to interact with, and to spread the word. Because I think Ronin art and music is a really good um clan, and I got a really good message to share, and I believe in the content and the music and the art, and the podcast. So I'm hoping to do that. And I'm going to manifest it and stay positive about it. And who knows, maybe this will be a little bit of a kick, get some people interested in joining Clan Ronin or just supporting Ronin art and music. So that's the plan for the YouTube channel. Um, Still gonna keep on putting out, the Monday Mindset podcast, and that will actually perfectly segue into the next goal, which is to start releasing new music. Apologies for the noise. Start releasing new music in the spring and summer. So, I haven't been working on any music um, ever since I had to get a new computer. Um, my laptop just ran out of space, and it was just that time I needed to get an upgrade. And the fact is that since I was going back into school, I was going to need something a little bit more powerful other than a laptop. So I ended up getting a computer, which was an amazing investment. I needed it because, boy, if I had just had the laptop still, I would not have been prepared or even capable of pulling off what needed to be done for school. And that's part of the reason why I didn't even work on the podcast or the music, because I was solely focusing on school and just, it had been like a year or two since I was in school. So I needed to just focus on one thing at a time. And after going through the year and seeing um, how I adapted, I was like, all right, you know what? Let's start the new year off with getting back into the podcast, getting back into Ronin art and music. And that's essentially where we're at right now. Um, and It's been really good. I've been very consistent with the podcast, except, as you know, not this coming Monday. That's why we got the the Ronin mindset coming out instead. Um, but yeah, I want to get music out. Um, I want to work on what I've been doing is remixing old projects and remixing or finishing old singles. I literally have a folder that has probably 100 um, unfinished singles in them. So that's essentially the plan. Um, I'm probably going to start off with just singles, a couple, kind of, dip my toes back in. Probably just going to be instrumentals. I love making instrumental tracks. I'm not going to really do anything yet with vocals until I'm in the right mindset for it and I feel confident. Um, so, yeah, I got to take it easy and take my time, getting back into things, especially with music, because for me, that's really what I'm really passionate about, and I really want to improve my skills and the quality of the music I put out this year. I did buy a subscription service to this bundle that Isotope. I really like their products put out. I got it for oh, I forgot, but it doesn't matter. Anyways, I needed it also for the podcast for editing the audio and mixing it. Um, and I was kind of putting it off, giving myself excuses on why I didn't need it, but I needed it, and that's something I'm still working on, ladies and gentlemen. But one step at a time. So yeah, I'm thinking of just when spring comes around, start working on some singles. Um, and I was thinking on remixing an old project of mine called Hornets Dance. It's all instrumentals. It's a very summery themed project. And I think that'd be just a good project for me to work on while I also work on singles. But, I can't overwork myself. Um, so I haven't even really thought about how I'm going to jump onto music because It's not even spring yet, so I'm still waiting on that. I'll probably come up with some plan on how I'm gonna do it. Maybe one or two tracks, maybe one or two singles, you know, and then work on like one or two other tracks for the project. Kind of take it easy, something like that, and maybe keep the singles similar to the theme. So we'll see. I'm just kind of just giving you guys what my thoughts are, what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling, what I'm trying to do. And yeah, I mean that's kind of really the plan. I think if I can just kind of get into a good routine with releasing a single, maybe once every other month, something like that, just kind of pops into my head. I try to do it once a month. I think that's a bit much, especially with everything else I'm doing. So maybe like once every other month, I'll like release a single, something like that, and then I could spend a month kind of promoting it and hyping it up. So that's one idea. I kind of like that idea. That's not bad. Maybe I'll do that. We'll think about it. We'll mull it over. We'll speak with the committee, me, myself, and I, and see what they say. Let's see, what else do we have for goals for 2022? We might end up doing another part two for goals next month. We'll see. An update as well. Oh yes, and I'm going to start the 100-day challenge on my poetry book. That's one thing I'm really excited about. It's essentially a I cannot pronounce this word, so I'm going to butcher it. Forewarning. It's a complication, compliment, whatever. It's a it's a god damn. What is the word? Oh man, complication, compliment. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about. That word. It's a bunch of because a lot of my lyrics that I write, if you were to just read them, they read mostly like poetry. And I mean, let's be honest, lyrics are poetry. Um, and I'm putting them together into a little book. And it's even, um, you know, from tracks that I haven't even released, things like that. It's gonna be a cool little book, and it's gonna have little pictures inside drawn on each page and all the pictures are going to be themed with um, the poem. So I'm really excited about that one and the 100-day challenge. Something I learned in my intro to business class last year, and I was like, man, I really like that idea. That's a really good idea, and it's keeps your expectations reasonable and realistic, and Um, so it's something that I might apply to like future poetry books or anything written like that I may have planned in the future. So that's the other thing that I got planned. Um, yeah, I pretty much talked about everything so far. Um, I didn't really talk about my mindset or anything about it. But as you can see, guess you could say for me, it's all about kind of focusing on one thing at a time and moments of multitasking. It's more about, what's reasonable. Because I also have to keep in mind that I'm going to school and I'm taking 4 classes. Um, and they require a lot of reading and a lot of focus, so I have to kind of keep my expectations reasonable, and that's part of the reason why I'm not going to be starting working on music until the spring when the semester ends. I'm still debating on, and actually it depends on if the classes that I want to take are available during the summer. If they are not, then I won't be taking any classes in the summer. Maybe I'll take an elective. We'll see. Um, and then I can focus solely on the music and the podcasts and the Patreon. Um, but right now, after what I experienced last year, and just learning my lessons, because as we know in Clan Ronin, we live life as a lesson learned. So taking things one step at a time. When I have moments of opportunistic momentum such as these, I'm gonna seize them. So that's another thing that I'm gonna make sure I'm more active about. So yeah, this is just wanted to be a little light introduction to you know the Ronin mindset. Um, where I'm at right now. I'm in a good place mentally. Had a little bit of some emotional imbalance, but we've found the sources and we're working on it. Um, so I wanted to really get this out there to get that momentum going and to seize the opportunity because I've been talking about doing this for a while, and I tend to kind of give myself excuses for not do it. So now that I've done it, then I can put that expectation of myself to make sure I do it the following month, since these are going to be monthly episodes, and they're going to be exclusive for the Patreon page. So you got to get onto Patreon if you want to hear next month's episode. This one is going to be free. I might release them free later on afterwards. We'll see. Do not quote me on that one, ladies and gentlemen. Only because, at times I might get real personal. And I want to kind of keep these strictly, personal for people who are donating to the Patreon page. Because the reality is, this is for you guys, the future subscribers. I know I got two right now. Family members. They're not really tech savvy, but they're doing something, and that matters most to me. But this is for the future, and for people who want to, who subscribe and help build Ronin Art and Music, who join Clan Ronin. Because I'll get personal and I'll really open up about my mindset and things that I'm doing, because I want people who support the Patreon to feel that level of personal connection to not only me but to Ronin Art and Music. So yeah, I really hope that whoever listens and makes it this far, if any of the goals that I have brought up seem like goals that you want to support me, then please sign up to my Patreon page. And every little bit counts. Every little bit helps. And for me, it motivates me. It drives me to continue working harder, to keep on pushing that content out for you guys, whether it's the music, the podcast, various projects that I'm gonna have. Hopefully, I plan on succeeding in the future. But I just wanted to put this out there for everyone and let you guys know that Ronin Art Music is gonna be big, and joining Clan Ronin, you will have a hands-on experience and impact on its success and its accomplishments. So to any future members of Clan Ronin, I hope to see you soon. Stay positive, stay focused, stay true, and much love. Welcome to Ronin Art and Music. I wish to introduce everyone to my new Teespring page, where you can purchase designs featuring Ronin Art and Music, the Monday Mindset, or Ronin Thoughts. Head over to Teespring and search Ronin Art and Music, or head over to my Etsy page at Ronin Art and Music, where you can purchase photography postcards, motivational postcards, and hard copies of my debut album, True Colors. If you enjoy the merchandise, products, or content created by Ronin Art and Music, please take time to subscribe to my Patreon page at Ronin Art and Music. This is the best way to show continued support and join Clan Ronin, where you will have a hands-on impact on all things Ronin Art and Music. Stay positive, stay focused, stay true, and much love.